All right, the time to file appeal for Nnamdi is fast running out. Can you give us an update on the appeal?
Yes, you see, we lawyers are no longer representing him in this case. Just like as I told you the other day, I have some other matters that I'm doing. Rather, he is consulting. I hear them say, like every other person. There are some persons that are doing some matters, especially in election petition. I'm not into that matter. But they will say, Maxwell, please research for me on this specific issue. You will research for me on this. You bill them. If they pay you, you research and give to them. They know what they're going to do with it. So he has a lot of consultants, both those he consulted and those that freely offered to assist him. So all those consultants I'm just acting as one of them and as a rallying point. When they submit, they will give me, because I do go to Sokoto. So most of them have submitted their opinion to him. Then on the issue that has to do with him coming down from Sokoto in Abuja, his appeal is in Abuja and is in Sokoto. The thing is also affecting the trial, because there are some things that he needed to do. Remember that before this final judgment, he has filed some interlocutory appeal at Court of Appeal, even at the Supreme Court. So there are some things that he needed to do. There are some documents that he needed to get on his own. But because of the fairness, we have applied that he should be transferred to Abuja. They did not. The judge adjourned it. I think is on this week. He applied through motion expert to the court. So the court said that he should go and serve the prosecution, put them on notice, which he has done, and adjourned the matter, I think, on the 27th. So for him to come down, I believe if he comes around Abuja, it will help him to prepare his appeal. And moreover, somebody that is in detention and is in Sokoto, and you know what is happening in Sokoto. America bombing and a lot of things happening there. So the thing is also affecting him mentally. So he's not mentally stable, as in, this is academic work, it's a paperwork. So to organize himself, and it will worsen it. The judge made an order saying that he should not have access to any electronic gadget. Someone that is representing himself. You're asking me, why do you say that the judgment was predicated on anger? The prison custodian authorities say that what they normally do is this: when the judge give judgment, I am saying they will convict somebody and sentence him. They normally give them that opportunity for them to choose the particular place they will fix a particular person. Like now, you cannot say you convict a female suspect and you say that you are ordering that he should be detained in Kuje Correctional Center, where you know that there is no facility for women there. You may not know. So that's why when you give judgment, you allow the custodian authorities to choose where they put the person. But this one, he said that he should, in that judgment, that he should be kept in any protective custody within Nigeria. And we heard on that, only for us to hear that he has been transferred to Sokoto. So when we confronted the correctional service, they said that in the remand order, the judge signed, after signing, he mentioned Sokoto, thereby tying them. They cannot go against Sokoto, and the thing is really affecting them. I don't know whether you're getting what I'm saying.
Sure.
So that was what actually happened. So the thing now, the correctional center said that they cannot allow him access to laptop, because as we gather this thing, we just give him
How does he prepare his brief?
That is another.
That's the laptop.
That's a challenge. No desktop, no laptop, no photocopier, no anything.
No telephone.
Yeah, I don't even. It has been a very big challenge for him. So we have from now to 19th of February. So we are looking for a way to see how we can navigate that. The various these are the various opinions. I think I have about 11 of them here. You know what I'm saying? Both local and within. They sent to me for me to give him. I have given him the hard copy. But the challenges he's having now is that had it been that he have access to this, they would have sent the soft copy to him. So you now choose. Is his case. His case. He's educated. And he feel that he can handle his matter. So except he changes his mind by asking us to come back and represent him. But that one is his prerogative. Our own is to advise. Personally, I have advised him. I've advised him the reason why we should get lawyers. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yeah. So my own is to advise. Your own is to advise your client. It's now left for your client to take this decision. But I think the challenges he has been having is the way, just like as I told you the other day. The law said for you to take somebody to court, for you to convict somebody, there must be arrest. There must be investigation which has to do with interrogation and the statement of that person. There must be a report by the IPO to the legal department of any security agency. It's for them to now, or to Attorney General, it's for them to now to look at your report and they prefer a charge based on the investigation and the evidence available. But in a situation whereby there was no investigation, there was no interrogation, there was no statement, on what basis did you take somebody to court? And it is expected the lawyer who is acting as a voice of the voiceless, who is acting as solicitor and advocate, his advocate, to advocate for him, to say that this thing is wrong. And even when the lawyer said it, and the judge said no, what are you expected to do as the court pleases, at the detriment of your client? Are you getting what I'm saying? Sure. So the way that is the nature. And our rule said, your interest is your first duty is to the judge first against your client. Your first duty is to the court first, because you are an officer in the temple of justice. So these are the issues.
So in a way, the hands of the lawyers are also tied.
Right. There's nothing, especially.
No matter what you think.
Yeah, I hear what I'm saying. There's nothing you can do. I hear what I'm saying. So if somebody who is not a lawyer, who is in court, say it's like you did not hear what the judge said. Are you what I'm saying? The man said that you are an imbecile, that you are this. So that is just it. So I believe we are still talking to him anyway. We are still talking to him. I believe we see reason with us, especially just like you said, his time is fast approaching. We have 19th of February. That is when his time of appeal will elapse.
Are you looking at the prospect of accelerated hearing at the appeal court, and how soon do you think that can even begin? Though not representing him, but as a consultant.
To be honest with you, and I want to say it with a low voice, I can't predict Nigerian judiciary again. I can't predict listen, because when I'm seeing all these things, this year interview, some people will read it, some are going to watch it. Any lawyer who tell you that he can predict something that will come out from our court to this time around, that person is joking. A lot of things are happening. So, but there's nothing one can do about it. So asking me about whether they will give accelerated hearing or not, that I cannot be able to answer. But I believe when he will file his appeal a lot of things we will not take it off from there.
I know that quite a lot of Nigerians are eager to know the grounds of appeal. And given your position as somebody who is a constitutional lawyer and someone who is also a consultant in a way to him, what do you think are the strongest grounds of appeal on this matter?
Well, the grounds I just like every other person, that this one is the one I did for him. So everybody has his own. So I have many grounds here. One, the issue of a hearing. That's a fundamental ground. That particular ground, it vitiates whatever thing that you are doing. He should have allowed to find out his final written address. That is my major ground. And I have so many other grounds, which time may not permit me to start reading from one grant. One, you see, the Supreme Court directed, is an order that from the Supreme Court directing the prosecution to amend that particular charge, especially that the one that has to do with count 7, so that it will reflect to the correct law. That particular amendment was not complied with. The prosecution did not amend that. They did not amend that particular count 7 as directed. Remember that Supreme Court gave a lot of admonition. One of the things that this matter should continue in that court, that is Federal High Court 3, presided over by Honorable Justice Binta Nyago. So they complied with all those ones. Then the one they said that you should amend, you refused to amend it. And they never said anything about it, even in their trial, in everything. They never said anything. Prosecution never said anything. Of course, they did not file final written address. The judge, in their judgment, on his own, decided to raise it, address it, and they treat it as a mere irregularity and move ahead. So that was why Nnamdi Kanu said, "My Lord, we are doing their case for them." Then 2, once evidence is being tendered, in the course of judgment, you must evaluate that evidence. You must evaluate that evidence to check and also evaluate the witness that testified. Do you get what I'm saying?
Sure.
Especially where the prosecution, during the course of their trial, was telling you, "My Lord, we have objection to the admissibility of this particular document, but we shall, just like my Lord directed, we shall raise our grounds of objection during our final written address." My Lord said, "Noted, admitted." Now that you did not give him that opportunity to attack all those exhibits, rather you admitted them, and these are the exhibits that you use to convict him and sentence him. I don't know whether you are following.
Sure.
Now, the issue of a repealed law. Remember that this particular matter started from Binta Nyago's court. From Binta Nyago's court, it traveled to Court of Appeal, where Court of Appeal discharged and acquitted, discharged Nnamdi Kanu from all those charges, and ordered that he should not be allowed to be tried in any other court. Federal government, who was in court, upon receiving the judgment, they said, "You are talking trash. We are lawless government. We are not going to obey it." They said it by their conduct. You can say something either by talking, by conduct, by whatever. They said it by their conduct, and they refused to release Nnamdi Kanu and kept him for complete 8 to 9 days. I don't know whether you're getting what I'm saying. then and applied for stay of execution in a criminal matter, the first in history since the history of Nigerian jurisprudence, the first where you stay for execution after somebody has been discharged by a court of appeal, you file it. Instead of the court of appeal, the panel that they did not send the file to the panel that handled the matter, another panel now, the matter did not ask, oh, today is what date? This is a judgment we gave on the 22nd, and you are coming to us on the 29th or on the 30th or whatever, after 8 days. So you did not comply with our own judgment, because he who comes to equity must do what? Must come with clean hands. You should first of all purge yourself for that content. The Court of Appeal still granted it and stay that judgment and appeal against it.
But is it wrong in law? Is it wrong in law to, since he appealed to the Court of Appeal for stay execution, should he have gone to the panel?
No, there was no appeal. There was no appeal. They have not filed notice of appeal that time. They kept him. Execution. They kept him until after 5 days. They now filed their notice of appeal. And they file, for notice of appeal, you file it in that court and file that motion for stay. I don't know whether you know what I'm saying. Now I ask you, who kept Nnamdi Kanu in that 8 days?
Same government.
And you are expecting an investor to come and invest in such a government, in such a society that doesn't obey their own court. I don't know whether you are getting what I'm saying. Ordinarily, Nnamdi Kanu wouldn't have subject himself to the authority of court again. This, I know why I'm using this one as an instance. I don't want to go into the ones Federal High Court, Court of Appeal has the judgment they have given in his favor, and they refused. I don't want to go the one that was given internationally, they refused. I'm talking about the one Court of Appeal, second to the highest court in the land, 3 panel, unanimous, no dissenting. I hear them say, ordinarily, Nnamdi Kanu wouldn't have submit himself to the jurisdiction of any other court in Nigeria. Because one, he will tell you that whatever thing that comes out, they will not obey. Then why am I disturbing myself? Now, Supreme Court now condemn. You watch that judgment. Supreme Court condemn every aspect of the attitude of the federal government. Both the way they brought him back, both the way they use operation patterns, both the way, a lot of things. And even said that he never jumped bail. That his bail ought not have been revoked. So, are you know what I'm saying? Now, when the matter gets to back Netanyahu, because the essence, the intention of the Supreme Court was that this matter will continue from Netanyahu's court. If the matter continues from Netanyahu's court, there shall be no plea, no new plea, because he has already taken his plea. The only thing there is that he should continue from where he stopped. But Netanyahu now recused herself and send the file to the CJ. The CJ now reassigned that file to a new judge.
Start afresh.
You see, that is where repealed law came into play. Because one, Nnamdi Kanu has taken a fresh plea. The presumption is that particular day he took that plea, that was the day he brought in court. Then the question, what was the law? What was the law before the law in place? Is it 2013 Terrorism Prevention Act or 2022 Terrorism Prohibition and Prevention Act? Which one was in place in that day? I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. So ordinarily, the government prosecution would have amended the charge for it to reflect in the new law. Then they proceeded. That was where Nnamdi Kanu was telling you that I ought not have taken a plea in that old law. That's where the issue of repealed law came in.
Was it an omission on the part of the government team, or was it deliberate mischief?
They will be in position to ask. They should be in position to answer that question. I don't want to cast aspersions or say anything that people will say and cast aspersions on them. I don't know their reason, but I don't want to believe that they are not aware, because we are talking about 4 senior advocates and team of lawyers that prosecuted that matter. So I don't want to believe that they are not aware. Their reasons. But if you should ask me, they know the implication. they know the implication. If they brought new charge, amended that particular one and brought new charge, there will be a lot of what do you call it? Preliminary objection. Because that charge was drafted based on the old law. So they know the implications. So they decided, even that particular amendment court asked them to amend, they know the reason why they did not amend it. They decided to leave it like that. Because if they amend it, it has affected the charge itself. It has affected the charge itself. So these are the issues that the challenges we are having with respect to Nnamdi Kanu. So I can go on and on and on. If you with the combined effect of all these things, you will now discover that Nnamdi Kanu have suffered the biggest injustice in this world. And why was it like that? Because he's an Igbo man. I can say it any day, anytime. I can call me for debate with anybody. You can't do this thing to an Hausa man, of course, you know the implication. You can't do it to a Yoruba man, of course, you know the implication. So the Bohoti tomorrow is say agitated. Of course, you can't do it to the person of any middle belt. You can't even do it to the person of South. They have watched Igbos. We are toothless bulldog, empty vessel, making noise. Even this one that we are even doing. How many Igbos from the senior advocate, how many of them agreed to come out openly to defend, knowing that this young man is innocent, knowing that this young man never committed anything, knowing that this is an attack against the Igbos? They are doing this so that nobody from Igbo land will agitate Biafra again. Let's deal with him, use him as an example. That is what they are doing. And I can say it anytime, any day.
But there are those who have argued that the Igbos are their own problems, since that when Igbo had similar problem, the Yorubas, the elites, rallied around.
Do you know my problem with all those people? They are ascribing the Igbos as this expired criminals, characters who have as our leaders. That's the people that are seen an Igbo. When you come to a particular state, simply because the governor is misbehaving, the governor don't even know his left and right, then you now say that the governor is the Igbo. Is the governor the Igbo? How many governors can win election in their polling booth in a free and fair election in the whole of Southeast? Anybody who say that he can do that, let us go into debate. How many of them? So when you're talking about Igbos, we know the people that we are talking about. We are talking about men, people of integrity. People will tell you that this thing is wrong. You don't do it to my people. Against anything. Not all those people who are just looking for somebody to help them get a ticket of a political party. Not all those people who are running up and down looking for contract. Not all those people who are looking for somebody that can assist them. So my brother Victor, when you are talking about the Igbos, you people, I don't know, I think I will make out time to write a book on this thing. So that people will know who is the Igbos. Because now, the Nnamdi Kanu was convicted. Victor, I know you as an investigative journalist with your team. You know what happened in Igbo land. Victor, you know what happened in Igbo land. No family in Igbo land. If you go to the entire Southeast, if you go to everywhere, it will be as if you are in the cemetery. Everybody. I was a person now that are receiving the corner. I know what I'm telling you. Victor, I traveled during this Christmas. My house is just more or less a pilgrimage. People were trooping from Anambra, from Delta, from far Obibo, coming to my house to ask me a way forward. One said, is it possible? Can I serve this term of jail for Nnamdi Kanu? I'm not kidding you. I don't know, ask people. I couldn't 6:30 in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning. People have already in my gate, coming to do what? Nobody's asking me, Maxwell, how are you doing? How is your family doing? How is Nnamdi Kanu doing? Victor, the Igbos, I gave it to you. They love Nnamdi Kanu. And they appreciate what I told him Nnamdi Kanu last week when I was with him. I said, my brother, The elder sister was there. The elder sister brought food. We were eating together there in the prison. I said, guy, please, be strong. The Igbos love you. I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. They love you. Are you talking in the market? In Mbise Junction, I went to get something in the supermarket there. All the whole Okada. How far with Nnamdi Kanu? How is he doing? Any place, if I go to function, people will not allow me to rest. They are not coming to ask me, just to ask me how Nnamdi Kanu is doing. This morning alone, if I tell, there is no day I don't answer. If I answer 1,000 calls, I'm telling you, 700 of them are people asking me about Nnamdi Kanu. Are you talking about age people? My father-in-law, who is over 80 years, a very senior lawyer, asking me about Nnamdi Kanu. I can go on and on. People love him. Forget about all those things that are seen in social media. Victor, the day Nnamdi Kanu will come out, I pray God will keep all of us alive. You witness what will happen. You witness what I'm telling you. There will be a celebration in the whole of Igbo land. I don't say Southeast. When I'm talking about Igbo land, you know what I mean. There will be a celebration unstoppable for complete 1 month. Take it to bank. I know what I'm saying. I'm not exaggerating. This is a guy that is putting his life online because of his people. Nnamdi Kanu is tested and trusted. He's very honest. He's committed in what he's doing. Even in the face of what he's passing through now. And I say, hey Max, there are some persons, those people that they brought, I left in DSS. What are people doing about it? So they disturb us. No, Max, most of them are victims of circumstances. This particular distance, I signed for it and I will go in for it. So those ones are not, they are not prepared. I prepared. I think I've told you this thing. Say, Max, if you come and hear that I'm dead, the only befitting burial you people will give me is to make sure that the interest of our people is being protected. Either they give us Biafra or they treat an Igbo man like a citizen of this country. I'm telling you, somebody, so you cannot, we say, either my people are being protected, either we have Biafra, the flag of Biafra fly, or my gasket lowered in the grave. What are we talking about? And somebody will be there, say, I'm an Igbo. That's why I love Ezife. Ezife said, when they interviewed him, who is an Igbo, he said, if you should ask me, the only Igbo leader I have now is Nnamdi Kanu. Except we are not ready to tell ourselves the truth. I'm an Ezife. I'm from Ikulobe. I was former governor of Anambra State. Let me just come out, Ikulobe now. I know how many persons that will follow me. But let him ask Nnamdi Kanu say that he's coming to Ikulobe by 8 o'clock. I'm assuring you, before 5 in the morning, everywhere will be flooded by human beings. And when Nnamdi Kanu come, you will see sincere love. My brother, who is a leader. A leader is not by paper. On board is simply because you entered into an office through rigged election and you are bold looting the money made for the poor people, bringing costs for yourself in the name of being rich, converting the money meant for pensioners, and they are laying curses on you, converting the money meant for workers who cannot even have access to their money they work for. They are laying curses on you, and you say that you are Igbo. You are a leader. Leader to who? Leader to Maxwell Opara. Shame unto you. Shame unto all of you people. Stupid set of characters. And, do you know who is an Igbo man? An Igbo man is a man with honor. An Igbo man is an intelligent man, highly enterprise. An Igbo man is somebody that knows his worth. An Igbo man is somebody that is not ready to lick your ass in the name of money. An Igbo man is somebody that even if he's riding Okada, he's proud of what he's doing. An Igbo man is somebody that will be selling pure water. He will be using that pure water to be training his children. An Igbo man is that person that is selling granite, and he will be bold to tell you that with this granite I have produced 2 graduates. That's an Igbo man for you. You can never see an Igbo man sleeping in the church, riding Okada, sleeping in the church. You can never see an Igbo man riding Okada, living in an uncompleted building. No. Remember when I mean an Igbo man? Remember during the Biafran War, some persons came to our place and have children for us. They are answering Emeka, they are answering Chibike, they are answering Yonyechi. But are they Igbos? They are not Igbo. That DNA is sure that they are not Igbo. And that's the person that, see, Victor, somebody you call your son and he gets to the market and say, my father is a stupid man, and slap you. Check, go and run DNA test. It's not your blood. That person is not your son. It's not your daughter. A daughter and the son of a mad man will never allow the father or the mother to be in the market naked. You will make sure that you protected the parents. So somebody, your real brother will not, with the same blood, will not see you cry. In fact, when he even probably people are fighting and he see blood in your eye, he will start crying. You will see him trying to assist. And you get what I'm saying? That's the person that is fighting you. That is your brother. Anybody, when you see you crying and is crying with outsiders with you, is not your brother. Anybody you see writing against Nnamdi Kanu, check the person. I say, you may answer any Igbo name. He's not an Igbo. We know them.
All right. So, in the light of the gravity of this matter now, do you think he will concede to engaging lawyers, or do you still think he might be going on to represent himself at the appellate court?
You know, Nnamdi Kanu is somebody that the only thing there, the one thing with him, so for you people who don't know, I've been working with him for how many years now? If he believes in anything, we'll go in for it without anything coming out of it. But one thing there is that when you give him advice, he normally review it. And if he's convinced that what you are saying is right, he will go by it. Well, just like as I said, I've talked to him. You know, he has no access. There are some persons that want to talk to him. They cannot travel to Sokoto based on the farness where they are. And they don't have access to talk to him through phone. So they just write something to me and some will deliver message. I say, this person they said that I should give you this message, that you should consider this. This person said that, he said, yes, Max, for the fact that you have said it, yes, and this person gave you this message. Some will say, Max, when you tell Nnamdi, mention this sentence before you start telling him. I hear them say, I will say, Max, I will mention the sentence. I will say, do you know who went this sentence? I say, na Reverend Father this, na Pastor this, na Professor this, na Engineer this. He said this. He said yes. That is my discussion with him. Anytime we are discussing. So what happened? I said, this is the message he said that I should give you. I hear them saying, so personally, he has not been happy. Of course, we don't expect him to be happy. And his unhappiness and annoyance is not perfect. It's the way he was being treated. Even a foreigner cannot be treated in this manner because he's an Igbo man. I think I told you that day. There are something that a Chinese will do here and get away with it. If an Igbo man do it in his country, we'll go in for it. Do you know what I'm saying? I told you the other day that flag that was carried, that Russian flag and the Chinese flag that was carried in Kanu and in the north during that bad governance protest, had it been that flag, that Chinese and Russian flag, that it was carried in Umuahia, in Enugu, in Onitsha, in Owerri, in any part, in Abakaliki, by now, the whole of Southeast would have been turned into ashes. That is the level of hatred. So you have seen how they are making our time discussing about how to appeal the real bandits. What do they want? Do they need allocation? Can we give them more local government? Do they want peace? Do they need this thing? Has anybody discussed about Nnamdi Kanu? Has anybody even tried to hear his own side of the story? The so-called, the people that you call the Igbos, those characters that call themselves politicians, and if he come out now, he'll be more popular than us.